Hello Earth family, my name is Soonita Rocket and I work in services to all God's creations. So I'm putting this channel together so that I can share some of the magical, wonderful and amazing teachings that I often receive through the elements of the higher consciousness. And these teachings, they're never given just for myself, they're given so that I can share them with as many people as possible. So sometimes if people come along to do some of my workshops, some of the classes that I deliver, sometimes I might share things on my Facebook page. So in different ways, all of these teachings that have been brought through initially to help me to understand myself, to heal, to learn in much more depth, I bring them through to you to help you also on your journey. So I hope that you're going to stay tuned in some of the future videos that I post on this channel now. So I am somebody that was born with this heightened awareness, if you like, always aware of certain energies and things going on around me that up until a few years ago I didn't always understand. And then I decided to start that awakening journey. I got to a point in my life where certain things started going on that, if you like, I was almost forced to start exploring this side of myself. So this was going back about 6 years ago. And from that point on, this has just been the most incredible journey ever. And it's helped me incredibly, not just in developing my abilities in working with the angels, in being a medium, a teacher, but more than anything, how it's actually helped me myself. And you can read all about my journey in the book that I had come out last year in June 2015. My book is called A Survivor of Love, and it just talks about my whole life basically, from start to around about a couple of years ago, just before the book was published. And yeah, my journey so far in all of this. And hopefully there's lots in there as well that can help you to develop in all of this as well. So the book talks about some traumas, many different topics, personal things that I went through, and then how this journey has helped me to heal and move forwards from all of that and to grow as an individual and a person. My spiritual awakening and yours is not just about awakening in some of the abilities that many of us do carry, whether that's psychic abilities, being able to see or to connect with spirits or to work with the angels. All of those other things, you know, tarot cards can be thrown in there, oracle cards. All of these things can be understood as a spiritual awakening, a development in the self. But the ultimate development of the self and the ultimate awakening is the realization to the true self. So this ultimately is a journey of beginning to understand the true you and beginning to explore and unlock the chambers of the heart that may lead to some secrets within yourself. Secrets that may lie within the subconscious. Secrets that can sometimes hinder our lives continuously because we've not allowed ourselves to become aware of this part of ourselves. So sometimes traumas that we may have experienced in earlier life or even just last year, you know, relationship issues, whatever it might be, if we haven't released those things within ourselves fully, they are going to lie in the hidden depths of our subconscious, and they are going to filter and find their way through into reacting to different situations that you are facing in this present moment. So you're not always necessarily dealing with situations within the moment. You're reacting to them as a result from all the other experiences similar and that have been awakened because of this one situation, which then life gets complicated, doesn't it? And it gets a bit hard to handle, and we become very confused in all these emotions and this anger that rises within us. So to start exploring some of those hidden depths, at first it can seem like a bit of a scary journey, because none of us like to feel bad. We try to hide that side of ourselves. We try to do things, drinking, socializing. We try to do different things to not have to face these elements of ourselves. But once you become brave enough to begin to explore and to start to discover what some of these hidden chambers in the heart have to show you, once you begin to develop a deeper understanding and a realization, you can then only start to grow. You start to release. You start to live within the moment. You start to live with gratitude. So our journey of spiritual awakening, it's a healing journey. And we learn through experience, and we gain a deeper wisdom, a much deeper wisdom. And part and parcel of all of that can also be through meditative exercise that we start to develop more of a connection with these higher beings, with the higher consciousness, with the angels, the ascended masters. And that can start to draw in higher teachings. You can start to be taken on wonderful meditations. Now, I'm going to share with you one of my meditations, because I'm so organised I haven't even brought it over with me, but I'll get that in a moment. I'm going to share with you one of my meditations in a moment. And this is the meditation that's ultimately given me a kick up the bum to do this video initially, and to start regularly posting on this channel so that I can share these teachings with you. Because over this last year, through meditation, I have been given lots of promptings to start this channel. And I think because it's kind of not my generation, if you like. It's a little bit alien to me, doing all this recording yourself and all these selfies and this, this era that we sort of live in now. It's a little bit alien to me. I say alien, but that would make it strange, whereas aliens are as friendly as can be with me. So, but anyway, I have, from my meditation this morning, being given this kick up the bottom and prompted to do this first video, which is going to become a regular thing. And it was all down to just feeling guided to go to my Isis Oracle cards, which is these cards. They're wonderful cards, and they are the Isis Oracle cards by Alana Fairchild. I use these occasionally amongst other ones. These particular ones, actually, they're wonderful because there's a little book that comes with them, and it goes into so much emotional depth to help you to understand yourself. So depending on whatever card comes out for you, you'll then go to the book and you'll read all about how that card fits for you. And the wording is very clever. So one person could read it and get something completely different from that to what another person has gained from it. So, but you will interpret it in the way that is best and that is guided for you at the time. It will just fall into place, and you'll understand it on a level that is clearly meant for you. Now, I'm going to do a follow-on video to this one, and I'm going to deliver the meditation that I personally did. The meditation that I'm going to share with you is the meditation that that Mother Isis actually brought into my heart and delivered for me to journey on personally. But I'm going to share that meditation with you. The meditation isn't actually from the book, though the book that comes with these cards has its own meditations for you to follow as well. But I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use the meditation that was given to me. But first of all, I'm just going to share the teaching which came through with that meditation for me, and which was, like I said, the ultimate kick up the bottom to do this video. So, as I went into this meditation, and Mother Isis drew me into my heart space, and she took me to a darkened chamber of my heart, where I was shown all of my fears. Now, when I was talking about those hidden secrets within us, now this element of ourselves, this element that carries all our fears, can sometimes be quite a secret unto ourselves. And, you know, I especially can be fantastic at trying to be positive all the time, and you know, doing my meditations, drawing whatever comes from my meditations. I like to do weekly oracle cards for myself, just to help to guide me or give me a little bit of upliftment through the week. So yeah, in little ways, I always try to act on the highest wisdom that I'm aware of to deal with every situation and moment in my life. However, we are emotional beings, and we are here to feel. We are here to learn and understand those hidden depths of ourselves. And like I said earlier, that can only most of the time be got through experience. So as we are experiencing certain things in our life, we may have this higher understanding of how we're meant to be coping with it, but that's not always how it goes. They're the moments, I like to say, when I've fallen off my unicorn. And sometimes you hit the ground pretty hard and you have to sort of shake it all off and climb back on your unicorn. When you're on your unicorn, the world is wonderful. You're in this higher state. Nothing can touch you. No matter what's going on, you feel good and you give good, and you're emanating so beautifully and bright in your light. But, you know, in life, for us all, we fall at times. And so it's just about how fast we learn to jump back on that unicorn and start getting on with life positively. But like I said, there's times where I can myself also, you know, put those fears deep into a little case somewhere where I just don't have to become conscious of them. I just keep putting them at the back of my mind. So there were a few things that when I went into this hidden chamber, I became aware of. And I was guided to write. Before going into this meditation, I was also guided to write, and to be very honest in writing some of the fears that I had inside of me. So, you know, some of the fears may have been, I've been made very aware for a long time that many of my teachings, whether it's through my books, through giving talks, through different channels, that many of my teachings are to be shared with the world, and to help others on their journey, and to bring a deeper truth to everything. So sometimes, I mean, I just leave that in the hands of Spirit, in the hands of God, how this is going to be. But sometimes I do think to myself, well, you know, is there anything I should be doing? Is there anything I'm missing? You know, is this ever going to happen? Because, you know, from one day to the next, sometimes it just feels like nothing much changes, etc. So this was some of my fears that I had, and with my book as well that's out there. You know, how's it getting on? What's, you know, is it selling? Are the messages getting out to people? for my family, just different things. So as I was taken into this meditation, I was exploring these depths of this dark chamber that I was taken into. Mother Isis then said to me, the only way to conquer our fears is to just be within the moment. Sometimes it is necessary to prepare, plan, or work towards our future, though this should be carried out with action. So any thought of the future should be followed with an action to prepare or help for that future outcome. So then I just thought, sometimes when you're giving things in meditation, whether it's through words, imagery, it can be, you receive, the more you meditate yourself, you understand that you receive certain pieces of information in many different ways. Sometimes we see, sometimes we feel, sometimes we just know, we might hear. And when we're delivered certain teachings, it can just be bang. Within a couple of seconds, we've just been taught this whole new meaning to life, to ourselves, to everything. And how do we put that into effective words to get that across to anybody else? So it can be difficult. But I just kind of gave an extra interpretation to that. So, for example, if I have fear of my book not being advertised enough, that I would take adequate action, even if that just means to advertise it on my Facebook page. Just put another quick reminder on my Facebook page to the people on my page, to friends on there, that it's out there, that it's available to buy. One of the things that I suppose, a bit of a lower thing here, but we say a lower vibe. It's not a lower vibration because it's to do with our happiness, and sometimes I sit here thinking, we're a part of such a beautiful, magical, mysterious world. We're a part of this wonderful living organism, Mother Earth, and she's filled with so much beauty. We have Niagara Falls. I've been to see the pyramids, luckily, but the sacred lands of India, Machu Picchu in South America, parts of Australia. There's so many places in the world that I would love to visit. Through meditation, I can take myself anywhere. But through that living experience, I also would love to go to some of these magical, wonderful places in the world. So, the only thing holding me back from those things at the moment is finances. So, it's been a few years since we've been on holiday, and that's absolutely fine. We're very lucky to have ever had a holiday, and my daughter as well. But when I start to look ahead, of course it would be wonderful to visit some of these wonderful places, or just to have a little family holiday somewhere. So often it just feels like, that's so far away. My husband, bless him, he works so hard, and he supports me in putting my all into my spiritual work. Sometimes I might get a little something for that. A lot of times it's not really anything, or just little bits here and there. And that's fine, because God supports me in all ways. The angels, I know that they're looking out for us and my family, and we might not have a lot, but we have everything we need, and that's what's important. But even, for example, wanting to go away on holiday, and that feeling such a far cry away from ever happening, going by our income at this present moment. But, then all these amazing ideas were coming to me. Well, just every time you have a thought, it would be lovely, I'd really like to go away on holiday. Well, that's something of the future. Having the thought is one thing, but taking the action step towards it, i.e. literally having a pot that's my holiday funds, let's say, and even if I can just put 50p or £1 in it, every few days just put something in it. And it might at first feel like this is going to take forever, because it's not just myself, it's a family of 3, so it's 3 times whatever the cost of going away anywhere. But eventually it's going to happen. So I'm making a start. I'm taking an action step towards that little dream, if you like. I'm doing a ministry course at the moment to one day become a minister. And sometimes I think, finding the materials that I need to make to do the essays, to do the work behind it, to get those in, and whether I'm going to do well or not. Well, every time I have this thought like, I still haven't sat and done any of this, or, I have to discipline myself and make some time to do it, because it is still something that I have started. It's something that is a little dream that is for the future, and I need to put something into it every so often to work towards that goal. So, yes, as Mother Isis said, the only way to conquer our fears is just to be within the moment. Sometimes it is necessary to prepare, plan, or work towards our future, though this should be carried out with action. Okay? So if we're living within the moment, often our fears aren't what is happening within the moment. Our fears are for something that lies in the future, whether that's later tonight, whether that's tomorrow or next year. These are all little fears within us that stop us actually just appreciating and making the most of the present moment that we're a part of. So start just releasing some of those fears. Start being more aware of this very moment right here, right now, because this is the only moment that you have ultimate control of. So make the most of it. We can't change the past. We can't always say exactly how our future is going to be. We can only try our best in making our future whatever it is going to be. So I'm aware I can see here 21 minutes and 55 seconds. So I'm going to stop waffling now, and I'm going to do another video for the meditation that will hopefully help you as well. And I will be posting up regularly from now on different meditations, different teachings that I gain. They won't all probably be as long as this. I have waffled a little bit, so I do apologise. I'm good at that. But hopefully there's stuff in there that's helped you. You can add me on Facebook, Soonita Rocket. I have a public page and a personal page. And please do also visit my website, which is www.soonitarocket, that's with 2 T's.com. So www.soonitarocket.com, and you can read more about me and some of the work that I do on there as well. And please do also, if you want to subscribe to this channel, or if you want to drop a comment with some future topics that you'd like me to discuss, or to work with to channel some higher wisdom on any of those topics, or if you have any questions, please do just comment on this video. Angel blessings to you all. Thank you for listening.